should be apparent, and maybe it is, but just to make the very clear point that discussion about someone's mental health, particularly if they're exposed to traumatic work, is a discussion that employers have to be having. They need to be asking the question. I also think it's a good reminder that we can find out a lot about what the red flags are and what to look for. And so if we're looking for things, we will be in a better position to find them and then take action early and prevent what may be very significant mental health harm. So those two things together, I think, are really important. Being willing and able and ready to have the conversation, and knowing what else to look for, I think, is really important. And the third one, I think, is probably just one that I would say is something I often come across, which is not to normalise safety risks just because they're there all the time. So it's that point you made earlier, Joelle, about, yes, it's inherent in this work. It doesn't mean that we have to accept it. So I often, when I'm talking to my clients, I wish I had $1 for every time I use this phrase each week. I talk about actually putting on your safety lens, seeing your operations with a different lens. And sometimes it's about actually making time, on a Friday in your diary to think, what's going on operationally? What are my people doing? What is the work? And what are the safety issues that come from that? Because it's my role as a leader to take responsibility for safety. And so I often won't put on that safety lens because I'm thinking about budget, or the fact that someone's not producing work in a particular way, or they've gone on leave and it's created a problem. What does that tell me? We don't have enough budget because we're paying people to do work and we don't have enough people on, and we've got a high workload, and this person's taken leave and they took leave last week and they took leave the week before and they look exhausted. And so what should that tell me? It's those sorts of safety focused views that good leaders need to have in this space.